No problem, Revo. Just feel free to ban anybody that you need to. Hello to everybody showing up. I'm pretty much just going to be working on, of course, Fall of Atlantis here. I don't know what I'll be doing. Probably trying to design a few new rooms and going over a bunch of stuff that I've done too. So, who knows what's going to happen. How loud is the music? I noticed on the last stream that after I listened to it a little bit, you guys could barely hear me. It sounded like the music was just overpowering. Oh, don't know, Last Angel. I think I'm going to set up a few rooms in the caverns here. I might actually just do parallaxing on this room and get some of the lighting set up. Well, I don't know why anybody would want to show up and watch this stream. You're free to tweet about it, but there's not going to be any gameplay. It's mostly just going to be me asking questions to you guys instead of the other way around. I like getting the real-time feedback on some of the things that I'm doing here. I turned down the music a bit, so that should help. I've also got a fan in my window because it's insanely hot and I refuse to turn on the air conditioner. It's got that wub wub that comes in and just completely destroys speakers right there. I'm hoping that this whole game will remind you of Final Fantasy IV. Maybe a little bit higher HD one with better graphics, I guess, but the sprites and everything are going to be almost exactly the same. So let's see, what should I do here? I guess I probably should go ahead and start saving it as an image, that way we can edit it a little bit. And then after I'm done editing it a little bit, I'll show you guys some of the things I've set up and you can tell me if it's crap or not, because I'm still trying to adjust some of the rooms so that the perspective isn't so awful. Let's see. I think I need to yeah, we'll turn transparency on. And let me get everything set up here. Okay. 25 by 35. Is there anyone in here this time that actually uses RPG Maker? Are there any experts in here that I could bum knowledge off of? I tried the PlayStation 2 RPG Maker several years ago. That's the 3D one, right? At least the one I tried was 3D graphics, and I didn't much care for it at the time. This is the only RPG Maker that I've ever actually been able to do anything with. All the others were too complicated at the time. More like Revocane said, I didn't have the patience for a while. It's about 3 o'clock here, so for me it's kind of late. I don't normally go to bed till about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, though. Worked third shift for too many years, and now my schedule is probably screwed up for life. I don't know if it's lucky or not. I've tried to readjust my schedule, but it just ends up killing me. First shift is the worst shift. I pity those people whenever I'm leaving. Watching them wake their ass up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to get to work, dragging their half-asleep asses in, clutching a cup of coffee. Forget that. Third shift, best shift. Okay. So, looks like that hopefully saved. We will find out. Yep, there we go. One of the things that I'm going to do for this room is the lighting, because it shouldn't be so bright. Being in a cavern and all. There's not going to be that many light sources down here, glowing fungus and stuff. Let's see, do we want the wub there, or... That's almost like the Weather Channel in the 90s. Gonna have a huge variety of music in this game. Everything from jazz to dubstep to rockabilly, probably. Maybe even some R&B. Guess I'll just leave it on this. Okay, so what does this map need? What to add? I don't really think I need to add anything from this. This is pipes and crap. I can get that out of here. I need my fungus graphics. this. Might be able to do something with this. Actually, this one might have it. I'll run through all of the cutscenes here in a little bit, Ron Garen, and I'll show you where this cave is. This cave will be a little bit after you fall off the bridge, and the party gets split up. This is while the team is trying to make their way out, or at least while Dennis and Emma are trying to make their way out from the caverns. There we go. Those are my glowing little fungus buddies right there. Kind of put them high up on the wall here. That way they're casting light kind of down a little bit. That still looks like it's the same thing, just rotated horribly. That's a little bit better. I guess those could glow too. I think I'm using this as a glowy sprite elsewhere, so might as well keep it up. What to do with it? It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit too green to be down here right now. That's better, actually. I don't really know where it looks good setting that, though. Guess I could have it dangling out of a corner. Diet soda will kill you. Let's see. See, I need a lot more than that. Because just having those 3 sprites there, they just stick out like a sore thumb because there's no variation to them. That actually kind of helps. Better than I thought it would. Okay. If I go real quiet for a while too, don't mind me. It means my brain is it's grinding away. not sure if I want that to be overhanging the ceiling or if that looks better, where the edge of the ceiling is actually kind of over the top of that there. I'm not sure if I... Well, yeah, I could actually make them transparent. I can try that. We can try to have some reeds growing out of the water there. I think that'll work for those mushroom things, though. Whatever they are right there. Let's see, what else can we add in there? Can always make these flowers. Kind of color change them, make them glow a little bit. Because the blue doesn't quite work, but... Let's see. Mushrooms don't have flowers, but I think I'm going to add it anyways. At least I don't know of any mushrooms that have a flower. Let's see. That almost looks like a bunch of grapes. I think that'll work. It almost matches them. At least it doesn't look like a delicious piece of fruit. Okay. I'm not gonna add too much more just yet. We'll add a little bit of... We'll add a lighting layer to this. What that ends up looking like. Okay. Lighting layer. Pretty simple. Want it to be pretty dark in here, I think. Let's see. I think I'll start off erasing, yeah, like that. And it's not going to be that bright whenever it's all said and done with. Okay. There's probably a better way to go about doing this, but I can barely draw stick figures, so the fact that I can do anything like this is actually kind of amazing to me. Whenever it works, anyways. Now, what light? What type of light should they cast? Should they be a blue light, a yellow light, a red light? Kind of a dull yellow, maybe? I could make the light match their color, actually. If this doesn't work, I'll show you what I'm aiming for whenever I'm done. Because I do have a room where I've done almost all the parallaxing that I want to do with it. I've added the light layers and everything else. And actually, that right there should probably be its own layer. Place that underneath there. There's going to be a lot of smudging involved coming up. See, that's probably too bright. Oh, it'll be more opaque. It'll be more see-through than that whenever I'm done here. Let's see. Now to take the smudge tool and can actually do better than that. Should just be able to kind of smudge it around and try to make it look like it blends in better than having all those sharp edges. And I can figure it out better how well it'll actually line up on the water and things like that. So I need to find out exactly where it's going to be casting its light at. That's probably wrong a little bit. It'll basically look kind of like that. I should probably maybe have another light source over here eventually. I actually want this part to be in the light, because there's an event that goes on here, part of a character building scene. I want to make sure that it can be seen. Jitter it a little bit. It's like this one looks off. Might be a little bit too bright, but I'm not too worried about it yet. Light up the top of this pillar just a bit. Kind of rein it in around the edges. And I mean, that's basically, again, this is the rough draft of it. I'll spend more time off camera fixing it and adding more details. But I'm going to be doing this in... Not every room is going to have lighting like this, but rooms that really require it will get it. And I think that that's good. So I want to see what this scene looks like. I don't need the background. That's it. That's the ugly thing that we're going to be saving here. Wait a second. What is that? There we go. first, let's see. I've done this enough times I should be able to do it with my eyes closed, but just so I don't screw it up. Wait, okay, yeah, actually this will work. Wanted to make sure, I thought that I didn't save it in the right place, but I did. It should be right here. Here it is. This room is pretty ugly without it. So let's show the picture, parallel process. And then I have to make sure that this picture is erased whenever we leave the room. Okay, so somebody was asking, I think it was Ron, you were asking where that room is. Here, I'll just show you guys this event. This isn't the final place of that room. There's going to be a lot more space between it. There's going to be I kind of need to stretch it out and grind it a little bit so that it's more like a dungeon. There we go. I'm not going to read you guys the dialogue either because I think it's crap right now. You can try to read it yourselves though. This is how this cutscene starts off. They've fallen off the bridge. They've been swept along with the water. They're going to go down the waterfall. They'll be deposited onto, you know, some land so that they don't drown, obviously. Emma's going to wake up first. And she's actually going to be the only member of the party at this point able to do anything, because Dennis is going to be too wounded to actually carry on. So yeah, the caverns is getting fleshed out. I might have another cave, little entrance right there, just with treasure or something in it. I really did that simply because I really wanted to have you guys walk under a waterfall at some point. So there it is. Down here there might be another path to go. But the way out will be, hopefully this is obvious enough that you can walk behind these things. If somebody can't figure it out, well, I guess that sucks, but they'll be stuck for a while until they do figure it out. And then you'll go up through here. There's going to be a lot of caves, tunnels, dead ends, monsters, and things like that for Emma to brave all alone. And then we'll get to this room. There we go. But I forgot to turn off the map saver. Just delete that little script right there. And you won't be able to see that strange guy standing on the cliff right there either. Hopefully. Yeah, I know that some of the timing is awful. Like, he shouldn't be moving that slow. I know what I've messed up there. A lot of dialogue changes and other things will be fixed and changed. The things you guys are seeing now are certainly not the finalized. Some of the events, by the time you actually play them, probably won't look anything like they do, but I gotta mock it up somehow just to make sure I can do it. Okay. This, I think I was explaining in one of the last videos, this is going to be one of the Nanomancer character, and I've actually figured out, based on somebody's scripts, how to add particle effects to just about anything. So, I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but she's going to have a slight glow around her, and that glow will change depending on various circumstances. But she's the Nanomancer, if you saw that name too. And that's why she's got the glow. So she'll be a fight. And then she gets beat by Emma and falls into the water. And yeah. plot and things trying to explain why this works. Basically, it turns out that having radio-controlled nanobots is a bad idea whenever the AI goes crazy. It can take control of them. So, the Nanomancer falls into water, takes control of herself. Dennis gets healed by her because his wounds were far too severe for Emma, who is just, you know, a medic. She doesn't have nanobots that can go in and mend things directly like that. So, she'll help you out, however, not going to be able to join you right away. And then Dennis rejoins the party here. There we go. And then, actually, whenever you get to this point, the exit from the caverns will not be very far away. So, that'll be one of the she'll be basically the boss of the caverns whenever you get to her. And then you'll climb out. And I'm still proud of this room, so I'm going to show you guys it too. I figured out exactly how they're going to get out of the caverns. It had kind of stumped me for a while, how I was going to do that. But this cryo room where the floor has eroded away, let me actually go in there. They get up through this broken room here. There's going to be a long vine there's going to be tons of plants in the caverns, and there's going to be a long vine that they can climb up in the back of this room and go through the vent here to get back to the safe room. So that's how they'll reconnect with everybody. And this is another room with some lighting in it. I think the fungus sticks out a bit too much. The cryopods and everything glow. More ideas, more parallax testing. Because I think that's a really neat trick. Also, I took someone's advice and I changed the walls in here. I didn't much care for the stone look, especially because it didn't match the cryo rooms or anything like that. It was too jarring of a difference walking in and out of the rooms. There's that mule bot I was telling you about. You can bump into it and fight it. And it's not finished either, graphics or anything. So let's see, what else do we have? I don't know if I want to spoil all these events for you, because I mean, there's going to be a lot of surprises that I don't show on screen, but some of the things, I've got the bathrooms set up. This music might seem a little bit sexy for a bathroom, but you'll understand. Got sound effects on the doors. This is the best bathroom stall door that I could find. Just a plain metal tile. It doesn't actually animate or anything, but I think it works. Any opinions on the bathroom? Is it too open, too bland? Does it not look like a bathroom? Hello, Mineral. Oh yes. You won't like this music. Yeah, I don't know about the couch. I'd heard rumors that, you know, girls' restrooms have couches in them. Well, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the med kits there either. There's not going to be toilet paper. I'm not going to have toilet paper in there. And yeah, there's sinks. I don't know what else I can put in a bathroom in the future. I could put like 3 seashells instead of toilet paper. There could be three seashells on the wall, and the player could use those instead. I'm gonna litter this game with little references like that. Hello, bottled water fountain. If you don't know the 3 seashells reference, I pity you. I really do. You can Google it right now and act like you do know it. Okay, so there's that one little break area. I'm still not sure what to flesh out, how to flesh out these rooms. Like, I don't know what I could put in here to entice people to actually walk around and explore. It's medkits for now, but if I can find a better icon for something else in there, I'll change it. It's not toilet paper. So yeah, another little hallway, kind of to force you guys to waste your time exploring and to stretch out the game a little bit. Is this obvious enough for an exit? I could. I'm not. I need to find better tiles though that match, I think. But does see, like, I don't know if this even works as an exit. That someone would. It should be obvious that you can walk down through there and enter a new area. And yeah, the lift area. Changed this all of the walls in this area. I don't have any doors that I like though, and I really don't have any doors, I don't know. I could add a door. But then, like, what do I do on areas like this? I can't add a door there. So I'm hoping that if I use that technique enough, it'll just become obvious to the player. Let's see. What else can we do? Yeah, there's a lot of places, well, not a lot of places, but you can actually walk around in the game now. Could put arrow markers. Even though I hate treating the person as being stupid and saying they have to have arrows. What else have I set up? I changed the air ducts even more, I think, since the last video. You can walk behind all the walls now. And I know that air ducts are normally way more, are normally straighter than this, but I had to do something to add variety. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's actually sound effects whenever you get to certain objects now. That's a good idea, Fate. I could try something like that. Hello, something Mystery. I've never learned how to actually pronounce your name. Can I call you just Mystery? But yeah, you can hear the fans blowing wind. You can hear the waterfalls whenever you get close to them. I found a neat little script that will actually fade out sound effects based on distance, so that they fade in and out. I think it causes a little bit of lag. I'm probably not using them right. Changed the music in the safe room because I wanted it to be way more relaxing. And the actual safe room is taking shape up here too. Yeah, this will be one of the first things the player sees whenever they get to the safe room. Emma and Dennis will take off after they've brought the player here. And they do that so that you can go talk to them. They'll have different things to say. And here's that Nanomancer. This will be the first time you bump into her. But it won't be this quick into the game. I'm just testing this event. It'll come in at a later point. This is how characters will be introduced whenever you find them. I still have to find out how to do this with Emma, Norrin, and Dennis, the first three characters that you meet. Because I want to have, kind of like, again, like Final Fantasy VI, you find somebody, it shows you what they look like, it gives you a little bit of, you know, a little one-sentence description, and then you can name them. You can name them whatever you want. In this place, my plan is to have it become more filled up over time, if you do side quests and rescue people. if you don't do side quests and rescue people, well then the safe room won't ever fill up with a lot of people standing around. But your teammates, whenever you come back to the safe room, once you get them, they'll wander around. They'll do different things. They'll give you story advice and little bits of information here and there. I'm hoping to make this room pretty dynamic, though I don't know if I can. Again, I'm trying not to Peter Molyneux myself, or whatever his name is, but sometimes it's hard whenever you want to do something, dang it. Be able to interact with most of the objects, hopefully. So what else do we have before I get back to editing rooms and things like that? That safe room music should be a lot better than the last music. More relaxing anyways. This is another thing that I'm going to do to kind of screw with the player. Well, besides have him get attacked all the time. But I don't know if I can get away from this robot now. I don't have all these enemies set to disappear yet after you beat them. Okay. Yeah, he's going to chase us and attack us, but there's going to be certain paths that if you try to go down, you will trigger an attack. Okay, robot. Your funny games are over with. But again, I'm going to be referencing Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger a lot. And one of the things I remember from Chrono Trigger was that if you stepped into certain areas, enemies would just appear and attack you. You could sometimes see the enemies and prepare for it, or sometimes not. But I gotta do something other than have the enemies chase you down like a mad dog every time. What else? So I don't really know what to do at this point. Hey, you leave my Chrono Trigger alone. I refuse to call it Chrono. It's Chrono. You know it. I think that's about even, yeah. No, I haven't done the battle system at all. I'm not going to really mess with the battle system until I get more sprites. Until I finalize, you know, what the characters look like, because I'm hoping that I can have different attack animations and things like that, and that's a lot of scripting work to set up. I don't know if any of you have used this again, but I'm going to be using Victor's animated battle system. And you can do a lot of things with it, but it's also a lot of work. And that's why I'm kind of saving that towards the end once the characters are more fleshed out and completed. Because I'm hoping that I can get custom sprites for the characters too, even if I have to Frankenstein them together myself. I don't want to be using the default sprites. Yeah, it does. It's a side view battle system. Again, like Final Fantasy VI, Breath of Fire, things like that. So you'll be able to see the characters sitting there, waving their hands, casting spells, jumping over there and attacking the enemy. I'm not going to make the attacks really annoying. I mean, you can make them flashy and make them take a long time, but I probably won't do that, unless they're going to be really powerful. And that's something I have to decide on. How long do I want the fights to be? Things like that. But all of that will come much, much later. They have to be a PNG file, Kisk, and the style that they have to be in order for me to use them, they have to match the sprites that are already in the game. They have to be chibi style, the same style as Final Fantasy IV. Let's see. Yeah, they have to be this style. This is what the character sheet looks like. It's a 3x4. And this is the character sheet simply for movement. There's another one that you need to make that would have behavior like being damaged, falling down, things like that. I can't stand chibi style either, but I don't have a dedicated team of spriters to whip me up a couple hundred characters here. So, I kinda gotta just deal with it. Unless I want to settle for subpar sprites that I pillage from the internet, which I don't. Yeah, but I won't be using these character portraits anywhere. I'm hoping that Slaxer will be able to make me some character sprites. He's been drawing some of the faces, so he'll be the one who does all of those that you see, I'm hoping. You've already seen one of his faces. Norin's face here. Yeah, that's unfortunately the hard part, is making it all consistent and mesh together so that it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It's one of the reasons I'm having problems with so many sprites, like decorating the rooms and everything. There's just not a lot of modern sprites, modern or sci-fi setting sprites to use that are laying around. It's all medieval fantasy and things like that. See, I don't even know how many characters I want to have in the game yet. And I don't feel like making any up until I'm absolutely sure that they're needed. Could try doing the lighting for this room. Need to have light streaming down from the top, possibly. Maximum number of people in a party for combat is 4, I believe. There may be ways around that, but it'd probably be with advanced scripting that I'm probably going to have to shy away from. While I'm remembering, let me fix his speed problem here. There we go. One little thing will slow the whole scene down. And I need to find out also why it was slowing down so much in the air ducts. There was a lot of lag there if you didn't notice. If you're curious what this is, I'm just editing. This is the script that determines how the sound effects play. I'm just changing how far away the system starts to render them. I have no idea, Mystery. I am not interested on this project in paying anyone to do it. This will be a completely free game, and I'm not interested in spending any money on it. I'm going to be putting a lot of time into it, and that's about it. However, if I actually get good at this and actually might be able to do something with it, I may think about in the future hiring people to do something for a commercial game. That's a pretty long ways away. I'm hoping I can get Dion to make some of the characters. He's pretty good at spriting. Now see, I have to find out. I also need to find out how to actually start the game here. I mean, I haven't even figured that out. I've been jumping around, but I don't have the first 5 to 30 minutes of the game figured out yet. We wake up from the cryopod. We go to the safe room. I'm thinking about the first real quest that the player has to go on is maybe to help the engineers hack open some doors or something like that. You can tell I'm not real professional about this. Could do a food run, something like that. I believe that I can compress it into an exe file like that and just distribute it that way. You don't need to own RPG Maker. And you just download it and run it. Like there's hundreds of these games out there if you're for some reason jonesing for a Japanese RPG like this. There's a bunch of them already out there for free, and you don't need RPG Maker to play them. I don't really want to work on that just yet. I'm kind of stuck right there because I can't go any further just yet. You know, this could be another room with a survivor to rescue. I noticed that one of the things that I'm actually incorporating, it seems like, is elements from Dead Rising. I didn't really realize that until I was starting to actually get into designing the safe room. And that reminds me a lot of Dead Rising, especially being able to bring back survivors. I don't know how often that's actually been done. No zombies. No zombies. I doubt that I will do an LP of it, Mystery. I'll probably just leave that for other people. I maybe could do a director's commentary LP of it, but I can almost guarantee by the time I'm done with this game, I'll probably be a little bit sick of it. Yeah, I just have to reiterate, no zombies. Let's see. What type of fight could I have down here? I need a crazy person. Who would be hiding down here? I don't know any LPers who actually play these type of games. Most of the people I'm subscribed to don't seem to be console JRPGers. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can tell the difference on the stream here, but this is kind of what I wish the, all of the characters were like. This is the Final Fantasy VI sized characters. They're just a little bit taller, and they allow for a lot more detail. But I don't have very many of these characters, unfortunately. I need a crazy looking cultist to stick down here. It's like all of these characters, they are almost all medieval looking. They have medieval type clothing on, medieval type armor on. They don't go very well for a sci-fi setting. If I'd have picked a medieval game to make, I could probably already be done. But no. Let's see. They released a bunch of downloads for their Nintendo DS characters too, which are all the same chibi style size. Yeah, speaking of DS, I think that you can actually play these RPG Maker games on a Nintendo DS. If I'm not, I could be mistaken about that, but you have to have like an R4 adapter or something. I've heard, I could be wrong. See, I need an evil cultist character who doesn't look purely evil. It's a fine line, is what it is. I've already used this guy and this guy. I don't want to reuse any sprites unless I absolutely have to. I want each character to look unique. Could just make a cultist. I do forget that this thing has the character generator. So, what clothing do we have? I've already forgot. That doesn't matter. There we go. One thing I need to do is find a bunch of armor and clothing to download for this. Let's see. Okay, that's kind of a nice color. I could make all of the cultists wear these robes here. But then again, I don't want all the cultists to look the same at all. It's not a fashion cult where they're all dressed similar. That guy looks kind of creepy. Okay. I actually don't need to output his face because I'm not going to use it ever. Unless I do, of course. Let's see. So, to set up this ambush here, we'll have this cultist, and let's make another one. And I don't want him to look exactly the same with his clothing. Guess that'll work. No. No to all of you. I don't know how anyone could use some of these faces. Well, I don't want the cultists to look... I don't know. They can't look just straight up evil whenever you look at them. Maybe have the same eyes thing going on. White hair is generic evil. I guess this will work for now. Okay, so we'll have 2 people down here to ambush you. And let's see, the player... The player will be entering obviously from here, so... Okay, do you guys really want me to explain the cult to you? I'll tell you how I've got it figured out so far. I know I haven't given away a lot of information because I'm kind of bullshitting as I go along and trying to make it up that way. The reason that they're leaving their planet on these colonies is because they discovered, again, this is generic. A lot of this is generic until I can refine it, and even then it'll probably be even more generic. But they're leaving their planet because they discovered a new source of energy. This energy, unfortunately, attracted whatever you want to call them, aliens, other entities from another dimension, and these entities started to infiltrate throughout their society using their technology against them. In a last-ditch effort, the people on the planet actually ripped up huge chunks of their planet and sent them off into space to go colonize other planets and to leave their dying world behind. They were supposed to have only sent off low-tech colonies that could not be taken over by these entities, and they would not use the new power source. They would be using an ancient, basically forgotten about technologies that were not nearly as efficient as this new source, but it was the only way to cleanse the colony. Basically, and make it safe to send on. Well, cultists snuck stuff on board, ended up waking up before everyone else in the cryopods, started killing people, and generally trying to get these entities back in to this reality, or whatever you want to call it, and they would have the entire new planet to themselves with their new demonic little buddies. So that's what the cult is going on. They've taken over the AI, and various other things like that I still need to figure out. But hopefully it all kind of makes sense, and I can explain it to the player without having to spend 10 minutes on dialogue and boring cutscenes. There's got to be a way to condense it all down so that it's not too much to take in. Okay, so these 2 will be down here. That's cultist 2. That's going to be cultist... Wait. This is cultist 2. This is cultist 1. So the player will enter the room here. Now, I need to set up an event. Let's see. This will be... This will be air ducts. Yeah, air duct. Doesn't really matter. Put this on an auto run. Oh, hello, your imagination. Yes, this is my first game. First thing I've ever actually really started working on, and will most likely finish. Come too far to turn back now. So, okay, this is the opening event that will run as soon as the player enters the room. First thing I need to do is we're going to move the player. Whenever they enter the room, they'll enter right here where my mouse is, and they go 1, 2. I think 3 might be too close. Just move them up 2 spaces there. And let's see. Most of this I'll have to polish out later, the dialogue, but we'll have the cultists kind of open up with dialogue. He'll talk, the cultist 1. We'll have cultist 2 go. That'll work. Don't really know who will be in the group whenever this one is, whenever this event will be triggered, though. I've been working on this for about 3 weeks, maybe. I'm not sure. You'd have to go see when the first video was uploaded. Yeah, see, I don't really know the dialogue here because I'm not sure who's going to be in the party. Let's see, we've got Emma. I guess we could have Norin. He's going to be in the party for a while. It'll be a while before I have any volunteers. It'll probably be whenever I'm working on the balancing and the battle system. Yeah, it's their eyes. They're not gonna be permanent. It's something with their eyes. It's just generic looking evil. I want their eyes to be glowing or something like that, but not exactly vampire eyes. Yeah, I can do things like that. Molass. This'll just be a mock-up for now, and I'll have to work on it later. Just get everything mapped out and thrown up, and then go add little details later on. If there's that many people who want to beta test, I'll probably just, you know, whenever it's time, I'll put a video on my channel saying anybody who wants to beta test and balance the game, things like that, send me a message. Or I'll just put the link in the video and you can download it at will. I'm not sure yet. If I just put out the beta, though, everybody would download it and ruin it for themselves because it wouldn't be done. So I don't know how I'll do beta testing just yet. Don't send it to me yet. Because again, I'll let you know whenever it's closer. Because I'm gonna finish the story mostly before I go do that. Let's see. Yeah, they do look like vampires. It's the eyes, I think. Oh well. They've got the evil look for now. It works. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of dialogue back and forth between them and the player. It won't really be anything important, story or plot-wise. No, I don't have a Twitter. I have one, but I don't use it, because I would never have anything to say. I guess I could tweet pictures of my dog, but no thanks. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of back and forth dialogue there, and then jump straight into a battle. Player can't escape. Well, see, this is something I need to think about as well. You can follow me on YouTube. Did you just find me from Twitch here? I mean, I read every message on my YouTube, basically, and post a video there almost every day. I should have it in my info description on the channel here. Is it? Shouldn't maybe tell you at the top of chat? There you go. So yeah, see, one of the things I don't know if I should have it whenever the player loses to these characters, if it's a game over, or if it should just kick them out of the room and they should come back and be able to try again. I don't know how casual I want to make it. That would make it a little bit easier and less frustrating. Especially if you stumble across one of these things whenever you're not prepared, after, say, grinding through an area or something. I got too many. I don't ban enough people is what it is. I've been too lenient this year. I'll just, no, that they can't continue when they're a loser for now. Again, that'll come in the balancing, deciding how casual I want to make it. If I want to really punish you for stumbling somewhere that you shouldn't, or if I want exploring still to be fun. Okay, well, if you want to know the format that they have to be in, I can either send you a sprite sheet. If you message me on YouTube, I'll send you a link to a sprite sheet, or you can just Google for it. A VX-Ace, RPG Maker VX-Ace character sprite sheet or something like that. And all I ask is that they match the other sprites. They have to be chibi. I don't want a partnership on YouTube. I'll be honest. I've been asked about the partnership thing before. If I had like 100,000 subscribers and I hated most of them, which I probably would, I wouldn't mind making people sit through advertisements. But whenever I've got such a small viewer base and it's mostly people that I don't hate, I don't want to torture them with, advertisements all the time. Yeah, I can do that, Deuce Omega. It can be, I can decide per fight if they're going to be able to continue or not. So, if they die to a random monster, it would be game over. But if they stumble into a boss room and they lose, I could make it so that it just kicks them out. But if I did go that route, I would probably also add some type of penalty or something like that. Oh, balancing is going to be so fun. Okay, so after the battle... after the battle, there should probably be more text. I'm going to say they probably should talk, or... well, no, they should rescue somebody in here. So, hang on. Okay, so we'll have that. We need... I'll just add one person back here for now. How about... we need somebody who looks like they're beat up. Well, actually, this is an idea. I could make it so that even, say, that bard in the safe room isn't there until you rescue them. The safe room could grow with you over time. There may be a cyborg that joins you, but there's not going to be any fluffy bunnies or talking dogs or anything like that. Maybe a cyborg, though. Let's see. We can have Santa back there for now. I don't think I'll actually go... I don't think I'll actually go that route, though, whenever it's done. Unless I could have hidden secret characters that you can rescue, too. The things you can do. Okay. So after they're defeated, we'll battle process that. Let's see. Santa? Is that you back there? Holy crap, it's Santa Claus. Can't believe it. Please tell me I have a Santa Claus face in here. I've got a clown face. That doesn't quite cut it. He's close enough. So there we go. They can rescue Santa there. And then, let's see, Santa, what can he do? In order to have him leave here and go back to the safe room, because we'll put him in the safe room, need to have him move off of the map. I could do it, I could fade the screen out and then move him, but no fade. There'll be a reason that the cyborg joins your team. It's not just going to be a token cyborg. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 to the left, and then jump right there. And then he can disappear. There we go. We're gonna test this out here in a minute, just to see if it works. I'm pretty sure it should. Actually, yeah, this will be good enough. The cultists will still be standing around whenever we're done here, but we can also, I can change them too later. And I think that'll work. Okay, so here we go. It's time to see if setting that event up actually worked. I've played Torchlight, and like all of those clickfest games, I got bored of it in like 10 minutes. Okay, so the event will be up here. Ah, there we go. There we go. So the boss fight will start. I didn't see Santa Claus back there. I think he's off camera. Yep. So I could move Santa Claus there. Here, we'll move him right there. I have to try that again. I changed the battle music. Hopefully it's a little bit better than it was too. The sirens were drilling into my head. Okay, there's Santa Claus. I can also have an event move the camera up too. He didn't jump. There's a couple things I need to change, actually, looking at that now. So, let's see. For one, he should not have started breakdancing through reindeers and elves like that. So, and I had him go to the left, dang it. I don't want him to go that way. There we go. I need to change his character graphic. Back to the real Santa Claus, not one who's injured on the ground. I do have a Santa Claus, right? There we go. He looks a little bit grumpy here. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that's a problem with the character sprite sheet. I have to switch it from his damaged sprite to his full movement character sprite sheet, which is what the graphic change there will be for. So he should change into that, he should move to the right, he should then jump, and then he should go transparent. So it'll look like he jumped into a hole there. Also, Let's just move the camera up so that he is a little bit more on screen there. We'll just move it up 3 squares. Okay. He better jump this time. 'Cause I don't know why he wouldn't jump. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna start right here. See what happens. There we go. Another thing that's changed, if you didn't notice, there's damage that pops up now on the monsters. That's from Victor's battle scripting as well. Okay, Santa. There he goes. Yes! Hole in 1! Or like 3. I don't know how many tries it took, but little things like that are what's going to happen. I'll have to set up a graphic where these two guys fall over dead and disappear, or maybe I can have them jump into a hole here that has a fan blade in it and blood can squirt up. I mean, it depends how gruesome I want to get on some of these scenes. I could spend a lot of time doing it if I wanted to. Oh, that'll probably be something that I end up doing. Now the real kicker here. Did I set it up so it doesn't start again? Yeah, see. The event doesn't start, but all of those things come back. He's just a placeholder for now, but I don't know, I may leave little corny things like this in. Things that seem dumb to me at first kind of seem funny and worthwhile after I actually do them. So I don't know yet. Maybe you'll have to rescue Santa and his reindeer. Maybe that could be a hidden side Easter egg quest or something. You can rescue a guy named Ernest as well. Vern. A whole bunch of stuff to do. So I need to set it up so that these things disappear. I think I'll set this to a switch. I've got a creepy person switch area around here somewhere. There we go. Switches 121 and down are all going to be strange encounters. This will be the air duct Santa. Creepers. Okay, so as long as air duct Santa is on, all of these events will take place. That's the magic of switches that I've found out. There's some nightmares to be had with switches if you screw up. But there's also some awesome things. So that, and after the end of the event, see, how should I turn that switch off? This game's going to be completely free. I can't charge for it. I'm using too many resources from other people because I want to make a good game. If I made a game I was selling, using art that I drew myself and music that I composed myself, it would suck. Hopefully, by using all these other resources for free, it's actually a game worth playing. But only time will tell. So we have that turned on. How do I turn this off, though? I guess I could turn it off whenever the player walks through this door here. Whenever they leave the area, that'll turn the switch off, and this event will never happen again. And also, just to be safe here, I'm gonna make a new event page. That will only be active after the first time the player goes through here. I'll have to test all this out too. Okay, we still won't have those guys fall down just yet. That might be something I actually add later. Probably off screen. I don't know what this engine can run on. You'd have to Google the RPG Maker website. It might run on iOS and Mac. Hello, Where Whiskey. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I didn't think of that there. Hang on. Okay. I was missing a switch to actually turn that event on. Now this should work. Okay. That worked. Just like I knew it would. I knew there wouldn't be a problem at all. See, Santa should probably also stand up and maybe actually look at the player before he starts talking there. Because he's talking with his face in the ground right now. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll change these two sprites to be a dead person sprite, and then whenever the player leaves, the sprites will disappear. What the heck? Dang it, these guys should have disappeared. What did I do wrong there? Okay. Wait a second. All it takes is placing one thing in the wrong place, and it won't work at all. Yeah, see, I set that up completely backwards. This is why it's hard to talk and actually play and actually make this. I can't talk and think at the same time. Get it all messed up. Okay. I got my fingers crossed that this will work. Run, Santa, run for your life. Okay, they'll be dead there, because I'll edit that in. And good, they actually stay gone this time. Okay, so it's coming together slowly but surely. This is VX Ace. They've already brought VX Ace out. Like a month ago or something like that. I don't know if there's any characters in a bagger box. Unfortunately, there's not that many characters. Sprite-wise, let's see. Again, bunch of medieval actors. This is the behavior sheet. Sleeping, paralyzed, stone, frozen. Different actions where they're... Okay, this might be paralyzed. I got that little electric outline going on. I need more smoking characters is what I need. This is the only one that's animated with smoking. On a future space colony, they should smoke a lot. I'm just gonna skip over all of the DS characters. They're not the same style. They're the same size, but not the same style. I have people riding horses. No, I don't have anybody in a box, dang it. Oh well. Could have a nudist colony somewhere. Okay, so let's see. I think I do want to try to finish this scene, maybe. So... how would I do that? Hello, Gnarlg. Trying to set up a scene right here where you rescue Santa Claus. If I move him there. So we can make this guy on the left, he can run in and jump into this one. This guy can run in to jump into this one. This one will be broken. I think, yeah. I have to convince myself that this is worth doing. So... this is cultist 1. 1, 2, and then jump. Jump that way. He'll move to the right, and then he'll jump. And then he'll go transparent too, so that he can't be seen. And I want them to jump at the same time. Kind of. I won't be able to add the particle effects this time, most likely. Because I'm still not very good at adding those. I could spend a long time just screwing around and accomplishing nothing. Okay. So we need a fan here and a fan here. Santa will be the lucky one. This is the only one where the fan won't be, which is where he's going to jump. So... actually... I want to try something here. Okay. Now let's see if I set that up right. Got the fans going. That's fine. They need to be placed in a loop though, that way they still continue to spin even while we're talking. If you don't place them in a loop, then they stop. Okay, so they'll jump into those fans. I'll have to adjust the timing, but they'll jump into those fans, and then I'll have the particles get turned on, and they can spray up from there or something. Oh boy, that does not look right. This is not what I was going for. So forget that. I'll just have to parallax that in. Let's see. How else can I adjust that? Those guys should obviously jump in before Santa even starts to move. Let's move the text down. There we go. Okay, so the battle, the map moves, the cultists jump. Why did he not... Oh wait, that's right. We'll have Santa stand up after the cultists jump. That way Santa doesn't have to see the horrible bloodshed that will happen. Santa deserves better than that. Okay. Try this again. I don't have a release date. I only started this 3 weeks ago. 2015. You're just hurting yourself by watching now and getting hyped up. This is simply a tech support channel. Between me and my company mates, we're all on the clock right now, and they're supposed to be brainstorming with me. This is all top secret hush-hush here. Okay, so they jump in. Santa stands up, looks at us. Actually, you know, one thing we could do for Santa, I'm not sure if I could make this work or not. This is too much what I'm thinking about adding, but I'm gonna add it. Let's see. We'll have one more event here. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. Okay. There we go. That'll work. We need to add that. Let's see. How would I actually set this up right? I might know here. Okay, first off, speed has to be really damn quick. I mean, these things move at faster than the speed of light. The math has been done. You can't argue with the science. It's out there. We know how fast they move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. There we go. And then jump out of here. May not even use Santa here. I'm going to insert one more thing here. Then we're going to test this out. Okay, wait a second. Okay, yeah. I don't really know if Santa should jump into an open air vent like that. It is kind of, you know, reminiscent of a chimney, but at the same time, Santa has flashier ways of getting out of danger. Oh, come on. How many times can you miss? Okay, so they jump in, Santa stands up, he rewards us, and then a reindeer should come out of there, grab Santa, and fly away. The reindeer will swoop down from the edge of the screen and run off with Santa. That's how it should work here. When it's all said and done with. Let's see, something was wrong with that, though. I think I can remove that. Move the player up. I need to hide the reindeer, though, for the time being. Shouldn't be able to see him at the edge of the map there, just yet. Okay, and don't wait on that. And then they jump. Okay. Actually, in order to make it so that Santa isn't standing there after the reindeer jumps away, we'll have him jump last. Actually, you know, 24 worked. I think that was almost right to the doorway. Okay. And then remove this jump right here. Turn down, turn left, right, turn back down again. The reindeer will do a little bit of dancing around there, just surveying the situation. See you, Fate. Yeah, the reindeer was hidden behind the pipe. You could barely see him, but I don't want him to be on the screen at all. He was right up here in the top corner. Okay. Jump in, blood geysers. Santa rewards us. Reindeer comes in, grabs him, and flies away. I'll add more text after that. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe Santa will add us to his list, and good boys and girls will get a better reward. Bad girls and boys will have to fight Devil Santa Claus towards the end of the game for leaving him hanging for so long. I mean, once you start going down these roads, there's really no telling where the hell you can end up at. What started as a placeholder icon is now probably going to be an Easter egg in the game. Yeah, that could work too. Could have the reindeer horn them and make them explode. They don't even have to jump into the fan. The reindeer flies through and just vaporizes them in a shower of gibs and blood. Makes some skulls rain down. Hello, Jello Snark. However, I think I'm going to leave this event as it is for now. Turned out pretty good so far. I do want to try it, cause see, whenever we come back into the room, this little reindeer is going to still be here. I'm almost sure of it. So, okay. Instead of adding another switch or anything, I'll just make the reindeer invisible again after it jumps away. I gotta try this though. I should have left the room and came back in to see what the reindeer would do. Goodbye. There we go. Reindeer jumps away. Everybody's happy. The day is saved. Dang it, reindeer! You were supposed to be gone. What are you doing back? What to do there? See, I don't really want to... I can't hook it up to the same switch that Santa Claus is on. Because then the reindeer would disappear at the exact same time. Because turning it transparent did not keep it transparent. This is where if I knew more about global events and variables and things like that, I could probably just flip a number and make the thing go invisible forever. Let's see. Nothing I change in here will actually stick. I could add another switch, but dang it. I don't want to. Switches aren't necessarily a bad thing. You just lose track of them if you add too many. I guess actually, since I'll be using the reindeers more than once, I will give them their own switch. Turn it off there. And turn it on here. Okay. Gotta test it once more. Almost positive that that'll work. Okay. Why are you... Oh, wait, I know why. I don't even have to test it this time. There we go. If this switch is on, the reindeer exists. Don't even have to test it that time. That'll work. I gotta think for a minute on what I want to do now. I could do more parallaxing. It better be a good joke. Can't tell any bad jokes in here. It has to be good. I guess that kind of works. I don't know what this room should look like either. That's what I'm going for, Rambo. I kind of want this part of the game to reflect Emma's love for Dennis. He's injured. She's carrying him from the bottom of the colony back to the top all on her own. Might be a little bit much for a secret room. Here, let's make it a straight heart. That's horrible. This will be the heart room then. Maybe I'll have some special item in here or something on the middle. Let's see. Can't have any wood down here. It has to be all natural. These are not man-made caves. I don't know what type of wall to use in here. I don't know if it should be darker, brighter. Should be this bright, maybe. You know, I could add a light layer in here and have a beam of light shining down into the middle of the room. Again, just for scenic value. Hopefully it makes the room worth exploring. Just because it'll look neat. Actually, I think I will go darker walls. Pink walls? No. I could make pink walls if I wanted to. Could just take them into GIMP and tint them a different color. I don't know what to do about this trim either. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna make it pink. I'm just saying I could. You won't even really be able to see the walls by the time I'm done adding the light layer anyways. I just don't know if I should have this edge here. Like, do you see where those two ridges meet? I don't know if I should get rid of them, or if I should just leave them like that. Like, I think that... Does that look... I can't tell. Yeah. This... What I'm using, I don't even think is technically a floor. I might even be using it wrong. I have to eyeball it for a few minutes here. Let's see. How did I do the other rooms here? Yeah, like, see, on this one I left the ridge along the edge until it got to the bottom overlapping part. It still looks kind of wonky here now that I look at it.